I'm Mel Chambers. I'm the owner and creator of Alchemy Tiles. I founded the business just over 12 years ago. I'm actually the only one that does what I do in the UK. There are two other companies that do make encaustic tiles, but they tend to be made with moulds, and they tend to work more in restorative projects or heritage buildings, cathedrals, whereas mine are all individually hand carved, hand cut, so they're all completely bespoke. I can't replicate any single piece of my work, so they're all one-off and individualized. Inspiration is definitely Mother Nature. Inspires me every single day, especially living in Cornwall because it's such a beautiful part of the world. There isn't a day goes by that I don't just sit there and look in wonder at something that I've just noticed or just seen. So wildlife, birds, the landscape alone, but more often than not is the ocean. I'm definitely a child of the ocean, and you'll see that through my work. Everything is carved intuitively at the time. I'm a great believer of just working and letting the clay tell the story, and I just work and move with the clay. In terms of the technique itself, it goes back thousands of years. It goes back so far that I can't actually pinpoint where it actually began, but it really came into its own during times of peace. So when kings and queens and tsars and religions weren't fighting each other, they were glorifying themselves, and what better way to glorify themselves than to have these encaustic tiles, which are basically going to last thousands and thousands of years later. It reinforces what I'm doing, that it's all about, being present, being sustainable, working with the planet and all those kind of things as well in terms of endurance and sustainability and longevity. The work has originally started off predominantly with sort of individual tiles and one-off small pieces, and over the last couple of years has basically evolved more into sort of interiors, outdoor friezes or outdoor pieces that are, like I said, are pretty much sort of heirlooms or heritage pieces that are telling that story of that person or that family, whatever it might be. Longevity in everything I do, just to remind people that it's not about the end result, it's about the process. Sadly, within the ceramics world, we are obviously using raw materials out of the earth, so it's making sure that they're used with respect, that they're not wasted and they're not used frivolously. So all the clay that I use, any clay that doesn't get used gets recycled. So basically every time I'm carving a tile, every piece I take out of the tile goes in a little pot that gets mixed back with water and then re-kneaded and then reused. The reason why I chose the word alchemy is basically taking something ordinary and turning it into something of excellence or of outstanding beauty. My work to be a similar thing in years and generations to come is not something that's been discarded and thrown away in this very disposable society that we're in. It's something that has endurance and has meaning.